Okay, so what you're going to see here is nothing too exciting, especially if you're a pool player. It's kind of in the league of I take pool seriously, and it's more than just sporting around, chugging beer with my friends, puking on each other, and having a good time. I'm not saying anything's wrong with that, but what I'm saying is there's different levels of things, and the thought process is completely different, and the perception. If you play as much pool as me and you associate with people that are serious pool players, the thought process isn't just pounding balls and holes. It's about ball placement, ball position, top spin, bottom spin, draw, which is back spin. Most importantly, ball placement and being able to run racks, which takes a lifetime of work, and you always have to try to improve yourself, and the amount of focus and concentration goes way beyond just fucking around on a pool table. Okay, that being said, for some reason, someone doesn't want me playing pool. And so they're creating all these lies to sort of give out to the entire planet to try to stop me and sabotage me from playing pool. Also, just remember, this isn't just pool. It's pretty much every aspect of my life. From going to coffee shops, being social, getting work done in coffee shops, going to restaurants to eat, going to supermarkets, you name it, everything that's going on here directed at me is based on someone I don't want you playing pool or anything else. So what they do is they magically have billions of government dollars with the psychology community and worldwide support on these 1994 murder systems built around the internet. Of course, it ultimately starts at 5 years old with things that really get weird and strange, like you're the next Ted Bundy because you threw some mud in the street and it hit a car, so we have to hunt you down and eradicate you because you're the bad seed and a danger to society, supposedly, or so we think. You're the next Unabomber and you're the next Vegas shooter and things like this that don't make any sense. They come from complete thin air, except, hey, I didn't shave this morning, so that must be it. Well, that's not how people think. Okay? I guarantee that what's being done in my life has never been to anyone at all in the history of humanity, and nobody runs around saying, I don't think you should play pool because I think it's shady. But I also don't think you should go to restaurants either, or supermarkets, because eating food's bad for you, unless they're a psychotic murderer. Nobody would ever say this. And it's my prerogative. If I want to play 100,000 hours a week or 1 hour a year, that's my business. And to go around spewing out lie after lie is someone that is filled with hate, rage, I hate your fucking guts, and I want you dead and gone, and that is it. And they can try to justify it in their own head, but the reality of the situation is, if you have friends, and they go, Kevin, I think you play too much pool, let's hang out, go grab a beer, go to a bar, meet some chicks or whatever, that's how people normally operate. Not, I'm gonna walk into the pool hall and tell everyone Kevin's a pedophile or something like that, and then send everyone known to man after them. Okay, so, and then it's switching and changing on an hourly basis for 42 years. Okay, so that being said, here are some of the lies, smears, defamation, slander spewed out to the entire planet, literally, in secret, so I can't defend myself while being hunted down by worldwide groups for no reason at all, based on what everyone else is doing in life. So all the other pool players that are hardcore pool players, nobody gives a flying fuck. Okay, so some of the defamation, and with psychiatrist Susan Donner, one of the first psychiatrists in the psychology community that paid off to have me killed and try to silence me with her lies that I'm a violent paranoid schizo and I'm a schizophrenic and all these things. Okay, so, sorry, that's my cat and she wants her attention. Come on, here, girl. Okay, you see I don't abuse my animals like my father does. Okay, so, and then his child. Okay, okay, so some of the defamation. I'm supposedly angry. Well, if you're watching that video and you think I'm angry, and one of the things that happened, there's a point on the video where I start doing practice drills. Like I grab a rack of balls, and I just put them in a pile and I just shoot one sequentially after the next to sort of hone in my alignment or my shot, to kind of get back in the spirit, or not the spirit, but the concentration of being able to make the shots. And instantly the waitress gets mad, and so same with the people, and they start sort of harping on me, and the waitress starts talking to the people next to me who kind of follow me there, trying to spy on me and sort of try to get reactions. And the waitress starts mimicking things from my father's office, directed to Elsie Sandoval, who was pretty much paid off to have me killed, with Lorena Escobar, and almost the entire office since day one of them wanting me to work there, telling me they want me to work there, starts working on me in anger because I'm practicing my shots to sort of get my alignment back, right? And Kitty's tail is okay. So moralize. I have no focus, and I'm like Happy Gilmore. I mean, it's a great movie, I'll give you that, but it's a movie. And if you watch me play, I am playing a little fast. I haven't played in a million years. It's been 10 to 15 years. I can't remember how to play half the games, and when I pick up the cue, I'm really shaky and like I haven't held a cue. And you know, if you're at a certain level of pool or anything else, we could use boxing, because apparently I'm also the next Mike Tyson and I'm a woman beater, but whatever. If you're a boxer, you don't just run into a boxing fight. You train and you practice and you get it all back. Okay? So you get the idea. I will agree, some of my shooting is a little fast and I could slow it down with more concentration, but nothing like Happy Gilmore. But these are some of the scams where the entire planet information is spewed out to the entire planet. I'm angry and I'm harassing and lashing out in anger and rage on waitresses, and all this complete fiction coming from nowhere, or paid off creative writers or something to spew this propaganda to the world to rile up the masses to have me killed for some reason. Okay? None of it's true. You can see that when I'm playing pool, I'm not doing anything in anger. I'm being as nice as possible, and I'm just sort of focusing on my game and myself. And if I look around the room and I want to see my surroundings, nobody should get mad about that. If someone tells me I have to stare at the pool table the entire time or they'll kill me, well, that's a problem for me. Okay, so I'm supposedly harassing waitresses according to Susan Donner, psychiatrist Susan Donner. How does she have that information? How did she have that information 18 years ago? And when she found out that I'm perfectly sane, she got really fucking mad and started blasting out more and more lies to the world to have me eradicated. What is that really about? Remember, this starts at 5 years old. They wanted to try and make me look crazy to get me to paid off psychiatrists to throw on fake labels to lock me away and eradicate me and incarcerate me for life, starting at 5 years old. Was my abusive pool playing at 5 years old doing it to them? Okay, so the sharking tactic. Everyone who's a real pool player knows what sharking is, and we all frown upon sharking. And the only person who really got offended by this conversation is Brian Longbotham when I mentioned to him what sharking was, as if that's a crime for knowing what sharking is. And usually sharking comes from people that don't have much talent, so they try to provoke you to win, basically like cheating, like break your concentration. Now also, just a side note, I was never a money player. I was more of like a straight pool, be the best you can be player. Not about money, not about competition, but about bettering yourself. Well, hey, I'm a horrible monster for that one too, right? So I only played for money a few times, and one of those times was for like $5 because Brian Longbotham saw some guy at Yankee Doodle's pool hall and wanted me to play pool, and then he's running around how I'm a criminal. Okay? A little strange. One guy that plays a couple times in his life for like $5 or $10 is a criminal, as opposed to people that play $1,000 a game and that's their life. That's what they do for a living. Okay? But the $5 makes me a criminal, even though I played pool. I've been playing pool since a teenager because my father had a pool table in his house. And up until, let's say, 36. And so, taking things out of context like usual, even though nobody gives a flying fuck if someone plays $1,000 a game and makes a living that way. Now, coming to the next scam of theirs, my family, the police, the government, my friends, trying to say, well, Kevin, you're in shady environments. Shady environments. Did that look like a shady environment to you? Okay, the chunky old men to my left or whatever that were following me, going back and forth to the bathroom, trying to trigger me and things like that, trying to accuse me of things that aren't true and things like this. Did they look like shady mobster guys? Are these all con men? No. Okay, so now, when my family and these mass groups are running around how Kevin's in shady environments, it's because my family and the people around me like watched the movie The Hustler or The Color Money, right? Okay, we all know that pool halls are not like movies. They're not like the movie House of Games. They're not like the movie Color Money. Sure, it can be kind of, sort of, but these are movies written by Hollywood writers, okay? Now, the point I'm making is the people stalking me, that Kevin, you're destroying your life by playing pool in pool halls. The people stalking me have like watched a fucking movie, and then they think the movie is how real life is, and then they're coming after me, and then they're turning around to Kevin's a violent, paranoid schizo who conforms to media. Okay? So now you see how the cover-ups work. And there's a motive and agenda behind it. Okay, what else? Did I mention? Yeah, I did. I mentioned I am supposedly harassing waitresses by giving a nice smile and maybe talking and flirting a little, but really focusing on myself and playing pool. And then them trying to make me look like a narcissist and weird freaky things when they're the narcissists. Okay. I'm sharking people because I can't really play pool is one of their scams with Brian Longbottom and of course the Alexis Amore and Sharky's restaurant right after I play some pool. Brian Longbottom wants, I invite Brian into my life. Brian, let's go out and play some pool. And this is what happens when I let people in my life. And then comes the sharking mental illness tactics and turning worldwide groups against me because I tell him about sharking. Then after him wanting me to play for $5, a few $5 games with this guy, he wants to take me to Sharky's, where Alexis Amore is waiting with her mother in the I know you, I don't know you, but hopefully we can make you look like you're stalking me and get angry reactions and this and that, which like usual, I'm nice and polite to her and she says she doesn't know me and I leave it at that and I leave, right? Showing that I'm a really good person and I'm not doing anything, but then they take it out of context and leave the part out where Brian Longbottom is setting up these situations. Just like he was setting up these paparazzi scams with Charlie Sheen and his father, Martin Sheen, and Teal Leone. Okay, so wait, what is this really about? If some piece of shit, pardon my language, named Brian Longbottom is sent after me for wanting to get into 3D animation, and then before that it was Brian Weaver at 16, and before that it was Brian Weaver and Tom Farley in 8th grade, you name it. Okay, so, and their scam is that I'm filled with anger and rage and a horrible murderer. Because I'm a happy-go-lucky, fun-giving, caring guy. So I'm a serial killer. That doesn't make any sense. Okay, so nothing's based on anything factual. I've destroyed my life because playing pool is supposedly shady. I think I just mentioned that. Because they're watching these movies, or at least playing that angle. I'm an asshole when I'm the nicest person known to man and I'm teaching beginners and people that don't know how to play, things like this. Doesn't make any sense. But I'm an asshole because I'm better than them. Well, if you don't want to play with the guy better than you, don't play with the guy better than you. It doesn't make you an asshole, it just makes you better. And as we pool players say, we like to play with people better than us so we can learn how to better ourselves, not play with worse people. Now, that doesn't mean I don't teach beginners, because I love to teach beginners, but if you're not mature enough to play a stupid game of pool without hunting someone down and trying to kill them, then you shouldn't be playing pool or anything else. Okay, one of the scams, I think I said I supposedly played too much. Yeah, I did play a shitload of pool. But that's irrelevant. That's irrelevant. And the thing is, I think I just said it, if you don't want me playing so pool so much, Kevin, let's go out and grab some beers or do this or do that, and we won't play pool. Right? But don't follow me around saying you're not allowed to play any pool. And you're banned from every pool hall, restaurant, coffee shop, eating food, breathing, because I don't like you playing a lot of pool. Okay? And if it concerns someone that much, they can simply make that statement and have a discussion like normal, mature, sane, non-psychotic murdering adults. Kevin, I think you play too much pool. Well, let's talk about it. Okay, not you better go to a therapist and you do what I tell you and you're not allowed to play pool or I'll kill you, is basically the same thing as Kevin, you fucking pick cotton and you don't do what you say and we're going to keep whipping you. And it's for you so that you can have a good life. Okay, yet not one thing is remotely close to true. The disinformation to the entire planet that should not be given out to the world to begin with on these illegal murder operations isn't even true. It's not even close to true. And this instantly goes worldwide illegally, known as crimes, civil crimes based on defamation, slander, libel, and really the motive behind it is to hunt down, torture, kill, and eradicate, so they actually are criminal crimes as well, not only destroying my name, reputation, credibility, but the intent, premeditated, well thought out intent to hunt down, torture, and kill, and eradicate and lock away, with every psychological lie and bullshit label known to man, with psychotics in the psychology community saying that I suffer from OCD, and it just I anger, rage, OCD, anxiety, depression, manic, you name it. There's over 100 of these psychological bullshit labels, as well as the thousands of criminal accusations to the entire planet. Okay, so obviously people coming in over and over all day and night to intimidate me. This started at around 29. With Brian Longbottom, the things he was doing to me with Universal Studios and Wes Craven, with Martin Sheen, with Tia Leone, Alexis Amore, probably directly linked to Tia Cyrus and Nikki Delano, jobs he wanted me to work at Universal Studios on one of the pilots called Spy Game. Another one was called Holly Weird, where porn star Holly Body came in right before that, kind of belittling me and trying to trigger me into an action as she walked by with one of the men she was with in hopes to make it look like I hate porn stars and things like that, right? Just like Brian Longbottom was trying to make it look like I hate actors and Tia Leone with his paparazzi frame job tactics, and then hiring me to work at jobs at Universal Studios while framing me in front of Wes Craven, trying to, hey Kevin, Wes Craven wants you to slip in this joke for him of O.J. Simpson fleeing the scene, so I do what my boss tells me, because this is what Wes Craven wants, my boss wants, to find out later on that Brian Longbottom is framing me, saying I'm fucking with Wes Craven and I hate Wes Craven. Okay? You get the idea? I can go through thousands of these things just with Brian Longbottom alone across a 10-year period or something. Okay, remember, this goes from every person in my life since 5 years old. People coming in and trying to, yeah, okay. So anyways, at 29, I was met for about 8 years. Maybe 100 to 1,000 people, just like you've seen on the coffee shop videos, coming in, provoking me, whistling at me, harassing me, every single time I was in a pool hall, and at every pool hall in the world, with cover-up lies from trash like psychiatrist Susan Donner saying that I have OCD and I'm angry, filled with rage, I'm lashing out at all these people, and I'm doing this and that. Yet, there's not one thing I've done to anyone but turn 29 with Mike Huntley's death threats. We're using the system against you and you're a dead man and we're going to kill you with the government. Okay, so what is this really about? Because that doesn't normally happen to anyone on this planet, whether they are in the pool hall every single night of their lives, hanging out with their friends, playing hardcore serious pool players, or someone that just walks into a pool hall randomly, and then switch to coffee shops and restaurants and colleges with teachers told to hunt down and kill the students, trying to make them look like a crazy person. What is this really about? Well, to sum it all up, to take out all the complexity, 5 years old, my father with the government said, I don't like my child, he's crazy or something, and I'm going to lock him away in a mental institution or kill him on government kill and eradication operations, and that's it. It's not really about anything. A simple label. You suffer mental illness, you're dead. Well, what if I did suffer from mental illness? Don't I deserve to live? Don't I deserve to live and breathe and whatever? What is mental illness? Is playing too much pool mental illness? Is dating hot chicks mental illness? Is liking girls with tattoos mental illness? Is I'm a Democrat and I'm a Democrat, you're a Republican, or I'm a Republican, you're a Democrat. Does that make me mentally ill? With their my kind labels, right? Because that's the way these people think. They don't make any sense. Hence, taking away my constitutional rights and protections at 5 years old in a worldwide murder operation, which they're trying to cover it up and say stupid things that don't matter. Oh, Kevin suffers from mental illness, so we need to remove him from society. And then they make up lies. I'm doing all these horrible things to people. Not one true. They cannot, on any of their arguments, there are thousands and thousands of lies to the world. There are thousands of criminal accusations. There are hundreds of mental illness labels that change weekly. They have no valid argument for one of them. Not one. They cannot directly state the case for any of these things at all, showing they're full of shit, and they're trying to sort of brainwash me into thinking that I'm a bad person, deserve what I get, and need to die, and accept it. Okay, and then they sort of play these control issues. Kevin, you're controlling because you don't like people hunting you down, trying to kill you, or manipulate you down the road of your destruction, or whatever. That's not controlling. They are. I'm the opposite of controlling. I accept everyone, provided that they have something positive to add to my life and not negative. And I'm not going to mess with everyone, but I'm very open-minded, and I'm free to hang out and talk with someone. I might not want them in my life, but I'm not going to sit there and accept everyone, but I'm going to be friendly to everyone, and I'm going to pick and choose who I can benefit from and who I can't, but I'm not going to be a mean asshole like they are to me. Okay? I'm not going to sit there and lash out in anger and rage like they've been doing to me my whole life. You get the idea. Okay, so what is this really about? I pretty much sum that one up. Why is there worldwide support? Why do I have random strangers in Tahiti or Hawaii going, that Kevin Perlman's not allowed to play pool because if Kevin Perlman plays pool, that ruins my life and I'm going to hunt down Kevin Perlman. Doesn't make any sense. So what is it really about? Because Joe Blow in Tahiti or Florida or whatever normally wouldn't know who I am, even though I'm now 10 times more known than Donald Trump from what the government's done to my life in these kill operations. But why would they care? What motive do they have to want to stop me from playing pool or going to coffee shops? Joe Blow over here, who I've never met, right? So the lies that are being told to them have to be on a magnitude scale of Kevin raped 100,000 women or something like that, right? Okay, so you get the idea. Now you can kind of watch me play pool, and if you are a hardcore pool player, you might laugh because I haven't played pool in 10, 15 years, and I can barely remember how the game of 9-ball works, and I used to be into billiards and snooker and the hardcore pool games before 8-ball and 9-ball. Straight pool was my big thing because it's slower and it's not about high speed. It's not about high speed showing off your dick. It's about slow and how many balls in a row can you hit and how can you better yourself. And I was never that good at it. I played with people that ran 50 to 100 balls a turn, and I could only run 5 to 10. But that's the mindset from a sane, rational. If you really want to understand what things are about, instead of just throw hate judgments on a 5-year-old his entire life, that's what things are really about. Okay, so that's fact and truth and coming from me, and anything that's not coming from me and is instantly going worldwide is coming from someone that wants me dead and gone and locked away and incarcerated for life, quote unquote, by the judicial system because they don't want me talking. After at 29 I found out they launched a worldwide campaign to kill me. Okay, so here's me playing pool. Hardcore dudes, don't laugh. People who have no concept of pool, don't spaz out and go, you gotta be a perfectionist, blah blah blah, you're crazy. Because that's the stupidest thing known to man. While you go out and ice skate every day until you get a gold medal or whatever, I don't fucking know. Or play your football or hockey or wrestle or whatever. It's all the same mindset unless you're just a piece of shit who has no concept of reality. Okay, so here it is. So don't laugh, but the simple point that I'm making is, yes, I can play pool enough that I'm not a fake and fraud like Brian Longbottom and these mass groups are saying to try to create these fictitious arguments to the entire planet to rile up the masses in chaos with my brother's Roger Water Radio Chaos Kill Kevin tactics. This is just simply a guy who loves pool, playing pool, and I'm better than the average, but there's 100 billion people better than me, okay? And that's the way life works, and there's always someone better. Okay, so, and even if you're at the top of your game at one point, you're gonna get older and you're gonna be not as good as the new guys, so whatever, the young guys, so whatever, who cares? It's not about that. It's about going out, enjoying yourself, having fun. Although my father says that if you go out and have fun, that's a crime and you need to die. That doesn't make any sense. While he goes out on a sailboat every weekend, belittling me and people. So the point is that here it is. You know, keep it within reason and context of a sane, non-psychotic murdering person. And just see that I'm not a fake. I've been accused of a fake and fraud with my studio photography, adult websites, erotic ranch system, which only got to the point of 1 or 2 people in it, because all the things I start are boat anchored instantly from these murder operations. I'm obviously, if you watch this, you can't say I'm a pool player fraud who's sharking people in anger and rage because I suck, like Happy Gilmore or something. Okay, so just watch it. If you're a decent, honest, rational person who is a non-psychotic murderer, you'll simply watch it and go, Kevin's not lying. That's it. Okay, so here it is. Okay, we're gonna just dink around on the pool table while Brittany is on her way, and I'm sure she'll be late like usual. Today is gonna be on battery power. So, today is on battery power, so we're gonna have to just keep watching the battery power. Okay, luckily the music is off today, so oh, I think we should fix our exposure. How about that? There we go. Now we have some exposure. Okay, so I think that exposure and lighting will be good. Let's do some warm-ups, even though it doesn't matter because we're not really going to play much pool. We're going to be talking most of the time, but oh, you need my other lens. See, I forgot. Okay, we got the wide angle lens on. That is much better. Let's stink around and warm up. If I can remember how to play pool. This is some audio test from behind. So anyone that's watching this, they can see that while I may not be the best pool player in the world, I do know how to play pool. So anyone telling me that I'm a pool playing fraud will concede here that I know what I'm doing. I know how to play pool, whether it's shooting balls or ball placement, which isn't the best, but you know, I mean, that takes a lifetime to be good at. And so anyone that actually does play pool knows it's okay. So they just turned on the music because they saw I was talking, but that's okay because this microphone should pick up. It has noise reduction, and hopefully we'll be okay with Brittany. Okay, so we're on the beginner table here, and I haven't played in 10 years, so you can understand how rusty I am. It's not the type of thing that just comes back instantly. With that kind of focus and precision, you really need to practice.
his best James Lynch. Well, in the end, Diane got around to city. Diane said, hey, you ain't missing nothing. Jack said, oh yeah, life goes on. Don't have to be afraid of living is gone. Oh yeah, life goes on. Don't have to be afraid of living is gone. So let it rock, let it roll. Let the Bible bell come and save my soul. Hold on to 16 as long as you can. Change come around real soon, make you scream and dance. Oh yeah, life goes on. Don't have to be afraid of living is gone. Oh yeah, life goes on.
Okay, so while my game might look a little more impressive now, these pockets are the size of Grand Canyon, and that's for Brittany's sake, really.
Now what?
pretty bad. Okay, so not too bad for a guy who hasn't played 10-15 years from mass worldwide attacks to put him in the ground. But you know, I was a whole different player at 2001 before this all, I found out this was all going on, so it's good to see I have something left of the game, even though it's pretty terrible now. And remember, I'm on a beginner's table here. The pockets are just huge.
Using all the tricks that you used on me. You're reading all them high fashion magazines. The clothes you wearing lately causing bodily scenes. I said, I'm not your stepping stone. No. Oh, I'm not your stepping stone. you're walking around like your front page news. You've been awful careful about the friends you choose. When you won't find my name in your book of who's who, said I'm not a stepping stone. Not me, no. I said I'm not a stepping stone. Not your stepping stone. Not your stepping stone. Your stepping stone. Not your stepping stone. No. Not your stepping stone. Stepping stone. Stepping stone. Not your stepping stone. Glad you can hear it.
Okay.
Just don't have it like I used to.
You make this, you deserve it. See, you never dreamed you're gonna scratch. You took out a right. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Time shot. Yeah. Where you putting it? Oh. Sorry. That was a good time shot. Same shot.
I want to break free. I want to break free. I want to break free from your lies. You're so self-satisfied. Okay, thank you.
Hey, yeah. Have a good one. Okay. Okay, so notice the lady came, the pool hall person came here.
Walk up the street, and I walk mine, and she wouldn't meet. Would you spare me some time? 'Cause you should see my world, meet my friend, before you judge our lives.
Okay, so the girl here, she knew when I picked up the phone to call Brittany, and this girl comes out and she sort of starts with the provokings.
So I
Okay, so I also noticed that when she comes out this direction, she works on the perfect, trying to like guilt me, like, oh, you strive to have a good pool game, so now you demand perfection, so now we have to hunt you down and kill you with worldwide support. Well, that is what pool and golf and all these sports are about, being the best you can be. They're not about chugging kegs and puking on people. Hi. But how long were you sitting in the car back there?
Not long. I got stuck trying to get out of it too, like literally attached to my seat.
So how much time do we have?
She's out back counting stars.
Oh, really? Oh, good. Oh, yeah.
I asked if she would return this mattress. Is that like?
No, of course it's not. I mean, okay, let's too close together. Well, first of all, I haven't been here in 15 years. I can't bridge at all. And the last time here, we had the girl follow me from Yankee Doodles out here, and she was mad at us on the phone. And this girl just now is mad at us on the phone too. And picking up on some harassment. Nothing. You have to figure out. Walked up to those people over there. Everything okay? It's perfect. I'm guilty about this. They won't listen. Well, playing pool, playing golf, playing basketball, playing hockey, I don't care, playing football, is about perfection or being the best you can be. And so when people follow you around, and all the people in Jamba Juice, last time I was out here, keep saying perfect from store to store within 1 hour, try to make me feel like I'm doing something wrong by going to a pool hall and playing pool, whether it's 1 hour or 100,000 hours, it's irrelevant, because just like the Olympics, those people train from birth to get the gold medal or whatever.
Absolutely.
And the entire sport is not about poking balls and chugging kegs and puking on pool tables or each other. It's about being the best you can be at something.
Yeah.
And so what's the real reason they're doing it? Well, that's the question. But to answer your question, so then she comes out and then she comes this way and she says, "Are you okay?" I say, "Yeah, sure." And then she goes like this, which is one of the LC Sandoval, girl in my father's office.
Really?
All the things like thumbs up on Facebook
Yeah.
are all things sort of around me we're trying to guilt you. Does that make sense? So when you push the thumbs up button,
Yeah.
that was designed to try to guilt me and torture me in numbers. Right.
Okay.
Okay, so anyways, we're gonna start.